Hi, in this week's video we're going to be talking about my top 10 fictional crushes, so put the aircon on, it's going to get steamy. No, why do I say these things? Oh my god. And also this is going to be in no particular order because to choose would be to rip my heart out, and I'm sure you don't want that because it's just gross, isn't it? It's just no. Ew. The first one, I'm just gonna cheat and say it counts as 2. I mean, like, it's 2 but it counts as 1. It's not really, but I'm just gonna say that because I couldn't cut down my list any further. And that is Jace from the Mortal Instruments and Will from the Infernal Devices. And the reason I'm kind of putting them together is because they're kind of the same. Like, they're both badass, both sarcastic, but then nice on the inside. And they're both Shadowhunters, so I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like they belong together in my heart. And also they're like technically like related, they're from the same bloodline. So yeah, I just like Shadowhunters basically. Next up is Marco from the Night Circus, because I mean, he's wearing those like suave suits and top hats and he can do magic and he's mysterious and he travels around with the circus. I'm just like, swoon. I'm yours. I mean, that's it. Like, come on. Let's, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say, but it was gonna be cringe, so I'm gonna stop. Next up is Wolf from Scarlet, and this is the Lunar Chronicles series, but Wolf doesn't appear until book number 2, which is Scarlet. You can probably guess it's a retelling of the Sword Riding Hood, and Wolf is, he's not a wolf, but to say other things would spoil things. But he's sweet and he doesn't really understand what's going on half the time, so I can obviously relate. And there's a bit when Scarlet goes missing and it's just really sweet how he kind of cares for her and tries to get her back, and he's just a loyal person, and he's just very sweet. And aww. Next up is Hal from Howl's Moving Castle, but not so much the book, because this is a children's book, so he's not really like described in like a swoon-worthy way. But in the film, I just have a massive crush on the animation version, which is a bit weird because he's animated, but he's really attractive, and he's a mysterious wizard that has his reputation for being evil, but he's really not. He's a sweetheart, and he looks after this little boy, and that sounds a bit weird, but he looks after this little boy who's kind of orphaned, and also Calcifer, which is the talking fire, and they have this bond, and it's just really, really sweet. And he's got a good heart basically. And I think I'm noticing a theme. Basically, people that are tied to magic, I kind of think, by looking at my books, why doesn't magic exist? Like, please. Just as I said they all tie to magic, I found one that is not magical, and that is Theodore Finch from All the Bright Places. And he's just amazing. Like, he's sarcastic and sweet and funny, and he likes to go on adventures, which I would very much appreciate. If Theodore Finch came to my window in the middle of the night and was like, let's go on an adventure, I would be like, bleep yes. You know what I was gonna say, but I decided to say bleep. I don't actually know how to put a bleep in the editing, so I just said bleep, which I'm realizing is now really lame. So yeah, bleep yes to Theodore Finch. Next one is Christian Ozera from Vampire Academy. I don't like to admit it, but I have to say I do like a good vampire. I really do. I mean, I've kind of gone out of my Twilight phase since I realised that 1, it's not very well written, and 2, it portrays women absolutely horrifically as weak creatures that can't do anything. But it doesn't mean I don't like a good vampire, and I am partial to a bit of Stefan Salvatore as well, and Christian is just awesome. He's also the misunderstood bad boy. This is my thing. This is the thing that yeah. He's misunderstood, and he has fire magic, and he's a vampire, and he's insanely attractive, and he's kind of an outcast, and I'm like, oh, I'll love you forever. Next up is the sass master himself, Percy Jackson, but not in this book. He is 12, but this is the first one in my pile that I picked up. Not in this book, let me repeat, I am not, you know, a cougar. No. When he gets to about like 50, so basically the beginning of the Heroes of Olympus. I should have got out the Heroes of Olympus, but I don't have book 1 because I listened to the audiobook. So Percy, but not in this book. And the reason is because he is very sassy and funny, and he can make anything out of a bad situation, and he's just always got your back. He's a loyal person, and he will fight and defend for you, and what more do you need? Next up, I've picked a character that I'm sure a lot of people will relate to, not relate to, but relate with me in the fact that they want to, you know, get busy with said character, and that is Draco Malfoy. And I picked this book because this is the book. This is where it all started. Draco, he is another misunderstood evil person. He is not evil, let me just say. He is a sweetheart, and he was pushed to doing evil things by his family, otherwise his family and himself would be killed, so why else would he, you know, do them? And he obviously cares for Harry because he didn't tell the, what are they called? Not rat catchers, is that what I don't know. He didn't tell the people that it was Harry when it was obviously Harry. He did a horrible job of trying to disguise his face, and he genuinely does care, and he didn't want to kill Dumbledore, so he was luring his wand people. He is a good person, and he's just misunderstood because of his background and his family, and we should all appreciate him. Justice for Draco 2015, please. Next up is a very obvious choice, and it is Newt from The Maze Runner. I'm so noticing a pattern. Basically anyone that's kind of, well, Newt's not a bad boy, but anyone who's kind of bad but then turns out to be good and is also kind of sarcastic and sassy, I'm basically just done. that's me. That's like signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. But anyway, Newt, funny and sassy and friendly and loyal, and just a good person to have around, basically, because he can build things. Well, no, not really, but he survived in a maze for 2 years, so, you know, he's pretty reliable if you're ever in a sticky situation. And last but definitely not least, number 10 is Adam from the Raven Boys series, the Raven Cycle thing, whatever this is called, the Raven Cycle. Adam, who's absolutely a sweetheart. He's kind of getting abused by his dad, but he still is like not happy, but you know, he still puts on a like brave face, and he is really loyal to his friends. He like looks out for his friends Gansey and Ronan, and he's just really sweet, and you know, he gets like embarrassed really easily, and he does anything he can do to help, and I don't know, he's kind of a nerd, and I like that. So, yeah. And also just bad things happen, and he's just like a beacon of hope in bad times. So, yay for Adam. I feel kind of awkward wrapping this up because I feel like I don't know, I feel like I've exposed myself and my deep dark secrets, even though I haven't. But yeah, the pattern is definitely misunderstood bad characters and like a sassy, sarcastic, funny streak. That's it. If there's, yeah. So if you know of any other book characters that have those traits, please leave them in the comments, because 10 out of 10, like 100%, I will want to read about them and, you know, crush on them. Not crush on them, not crush them. What did I say? I'm not sure, but let's be clear. I don't want to crush anyone. I like boys in books. As Carrie Fletcher said, boys in books are better. So yeah, if you haven't read any of the books on my list, you should, and fall in love. And also ruin your life. But let's put that in the small print. Read this book, small print, and ruin your life. Yeah, that's what they should do in books. I will do that if I ever write a book. Hopefully. I'll put that in the small print of my book. I'm gonna ruin your life with attractive males. Anyway, God, I ramble so much. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.